It's fair to say that since January 2020, the world's been put into a theoretical blender, and the result of that was left a smoothie of infinite questions. But the question that's been on most people's minds for the last 22 months is, without a doubt, where the fuck has the Morbius movie been? The first trailer came out on the 13th of January 2020. Fucking hell, the Snyder Cut was announced, finalized, and released in the time we even got a second trailer for this movie. I don't know if Sony were attempting a new technique of film anticipation, or if they just had so little faith in the film that they didn't care about it being hyped up, or maybe they just outright completely forgot the fucking movie existed. But this trailer kinda gave me a feeling like the first time I ran into my cousin after 20 years. I completely forgot what they looked like, almost forgot their name, but I was just glad to see that they were still alive and doing well. And now after watching this movie, I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty friggin' excited about it. It seems like Marvel's trying to do something different with this film, and I'm keen. The trailer has ultimately shown the whole origin of the character, which they could have left a little bit more out of it, thus to enjoy the movie-going experience a tad more. But that aside, seeing that they haven't held back from making the vampire actually look fucking scary is great. They show that there's actually a lot of inner demons that Morbius is going to be fighting, no pun intended, but considering that he's a doctor who has to kill people for sustenance, that's a pretty cool trope to have. But I think the highlight of this trailer has to be the visuals of this movie. I love how they've used the imagery for the bat sonar. It could have been something simple like they did in Daredevil, but they really made this creative and visual pleasure. And it's also pretty cool how we can see the wind currents, so instead of flying through the air, he seems to be gliding through it. It seems like something that could be used against him in the film, but again, it looks fantastic. I'm really hoping for a Man of Steel's first flight moment in this movie. Jared Leto recently has had a bit of a problem with hamming up his acting lately, to the point he doesn't seem to be appearing to take his characters very seriously.
I could tell you meant that.
Or maybe too seriously.
Did it never occur to you that's why you were summoned in the first place?
Or maybe he just doesn't understand the characters at all. But he's definitely taken some chill the fuck down pills for this role. Possibly even a little too many, but only time will tell. Needless to say, this trailer did tickle my tickly bits when you had two references to Venom.
Nothing this good since that thing in San Francisco.
Who the hell are you, man?
I am Venom.
It only left me one stroke away from bursting. But what does this mean? Is this movie in the MCU now that they've crossed Eddie Brock over into it? Or is he remaining in the Venomverse? And why the fuck is Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man on the wall? I need answers! This has to be the least advertised comic movie since Man-Thing. Yep, that's a real movie.
Oh, shit!
We know next to nothing about this movie, thus the mystery of the movie remains. Honestly, I'm more excited about this movie than I have been about a Marvel movie in the last 12 years, and I really look forward to seeing it when it gets released in 2032. Nice cameo from Kevin Bacon.